After Effects has this nifty feature called Brainstorm. It lets you play what if. You can apply some keyframe properties to some layers, and then you can let Brainstorm change them subtly or dramatically just to see what happens. Well, Brainstorm works really well with shape layers and shape effects. So I'm going to show you how to use Brainstorm in this lesson. To follow along, go to Working Files, go to After Effects Projects, and open up 0808 Shape Brainstorm. This project has two comps, this star with repeater applied to it and some other little properties applied to it, and then this comp with three different shape examples with all kinds of shape effects applied to them. We're going to work mainly on this basic shape. This basic shape is just a simple star, but you'll see I animate the heck out of it here with a repeater and different colors and changing the star's characteristics like so. So what I want to do is let Brainstorm play around with some of these properties. And the way you do that is you tell Brainstorm which keyframe properties you want it to alter. So to do that, I want to see which of these properties have keyframes. And the easiest way to do that is to select the layer here and press the U key. And that shows only properties that have keyframes applied to them. Here they are right there. I'll scroll down so you can see all the ones that have keyframes applied to them. We're going to focus only right now on the ones applied to the shape itself as opposed to down below here to the repeater. So let's just focus on these four. So I click on the top one, and then Control or Command click on these other three. So we're just going to Brainstorm, look at the inner and outer roundness and the colors, the fill and the stroke colors. So now that we've selected these four properties, we go to Brainstorm, which is this sort of idea thought bubble there. Click on that. And it starts off right off the bat. Look at the different takes it has on the colors. And we're not even playing it yet. If you click the play button, you're going to see how it works as it goes over time. You can see it playing through there like a RAM preview. When it gets to a certain point, you can click stop and it'll play back in real time. So I'll click stop here. And you can see it playing back in real time like that. Now the thing is, you want to decide which one of these things you want to use. So I'll click stop again here. I'm going to go through here and decide which ones I want to keep for another round of brainstorming. Now there are four options here. One lets you take a look at this thing full screen. You can pop it back like that. Another one lets you create a new composition from this particular one. This one here says, apply this to the existing composition. In other words, this will change the keyframe property values when you apply it. Or you can say, let's just take another look at this one, plus look at some more ideas. So I'll click on this one to include this one in the next brainstorm. And I'll click on a couple other ones here too as well. So I've got these three that are going to go to the next brainstorm. And since I'm going to go to another brainstorm, I want to increase the randomness to have it be just a little wilder. So we're going to go all the way up to 100% here and see what happens when we ask it to really have a lot of variability. So I click on brainstorm again, and now I'll play it and we'll see what happens. It's going to alter the colors a little more dramatically this time and change the shape as well a little bit. We'll let it go for a while here. Now I'll click stop, and then it'll play for a while until it gets back to the place where it was RAM previewing, and then it'll play in real time. There it goes. And now I'm thinking, whoa, this is pretty cool. So this is the time you might want to make a decision. So I'm going to let it go one more time and click stop right there. So now I need to decide which one of these guys am I going to accept as the new version of my composition. And I think I'm going to go with this one right there. So I click on this guy, and that will apply all these keyframe property changes to my composition. You can see right away it's turned red and looks much different now in terms of the colors. Also a little bit about how the shapes behave. Very good. Let's try it again now, but we'll try it with different properties. I'll click away to deselect those properties. And we'll go down here to all the repeater properties, copies and other things. So click on that and this with a control command click. And I also change position for the entire layer. So now we'll ask Brainstorm to work on these to change the values of these keyframe properties. Here we go. Already look what it's doing here relative to how the repeater is going to work. Let's click on play. Doing this RAM preview again. And I'm liking what I'm seeing in a couple of these things here. All right, it's going to get to a certain point. I'm going to click stop, and it'll play there real time. There we go. Click stop again. I'm thinking I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one down here. Okay, now I'm going to take it to 100% again. Click brainstorm again, and click on play, and we'll see which one of these guys makes the final cut. All right, click stop. It'll play for a while, then it gets back to the place where it was RAM previewing, and then it'll go real time at some point. There it goes. And which one are we going to pick here? I'm thinking this guy is going to be the winner. So I click on that one. So now those keyframes have been altered as well. Take a look at how it plays out there. Wow. Pretty neat. Now it goes off the screen there. Come back, come back. I guess I don't like the finish, but I did like all the stuff up to this point. So I might want to alter the finishing keyframes here if I'm going to work with it some more. At any rate, that is how you work with Brainstorm. Let's just take a look at one more example so you can see how it works with 3 different things. I've applied a number of shape effects to these individual shapes. You can do that instead of applying it to the entire layer. So for example, take a look at the ellipse, and I've got twist and pucker and bloat there. Take a look at the rectangle. Got wiggle paths and pucker and bloat as well. And then for the polystar, I don't have any effects. I just have a number of different things changing here in terms of the polystar's characteristics. When I click U for this thing, there are going to be a lot of different things that have keyframes on them. I'll just click on all of them. It'd be nice if I could click on the first one and then shift click on the last one, but that doesn't work in this case. So we'll click on all these guys one at a time with Control or Command click. I think I got one more that I missed there in the middle. There we go. Yep, one more. Right now we'll brainstorm this thing. We're going to be looking at a lot of different things here. Look at the differences already in terms of the colors and stuff. Click on play. All right, now I'll click on stop. We'll watch it in real time here. Now I'll select a couple, like that one, and that one, and that one, and we'll take it to 100% again. Brainstorm again, click play again. And you can see all the different ways that it handles these different shape layers. I'll click stop. We'll go into a real-time playback in a moment here. And when all is said and done, I think I like this guy in the upper left-hand corner, so I click on that, and that'll apply all the property changes to these keyframes, and we'll kind of see how that works going through like this. So you gotta love Brainstorm, folks. So that is how you use Brainstorm to play a little what if with all your shapes.